I will answer your most burning questions, like...
Where did Alexander Graves study?
Is Anamara a saint?
What are other people using for their pentacles? How are they making it? Is Dr. Alexander Graves a refugee? Wait, will we go to hell? Is it all in our mind? Are we schizophrenic?
All and more in this brand new episode of Let's Overanalyze That 2004 Flash Game! Let's overanalyze that 2004 Flash Game!
So in this video, I am going to explore the office area of the asylum. So this is the office, and it is locked. How we unlock this door is by setting the clock, the broken clock over here, to the time Anamara was murdered, which is 6:55. And then we get this cutscene, which shows Anamara unlocking the door. So here we are. This is the office. Now let's see where I want to start. So this is where we came from. We can see, you can sort of see through the glass, but it's all, it's blurry. Maybe I'll start here. So here we have a bookshelf. We have medical books up here. We have psychology books, amulets and talismans right in the middle here. Encyclopedias, more medical books, and down here we have more psychology books and even more books. In the last couple of videos, I've been theorizing that these diplomas over here are fake, and the only reason I think they are fake is because the newspaper mentions that they are diplomas from foreign universities. Of course, that is not proof that these diplomas are fake. I will check this out in a sec, but I do want to go over here. So here we have a diploma in medicine. Here we have another diploma in medicine. Here we have a diploma, and we have a diploma in psychology. It just says a diploma and not a diploma in psychology, which is very strange. And what is even more strange is that why don't these three diplomas belong to Alexander Graves? That's weird, right?
Clearly, it means that the three diplomas in medicine and psychology are not Alexander Graves' diplomas, and that only one of these diplomas belongs to Alexander Graves.
That is weird. I can sort of make out, I think it says diploma over here in gold letters. And the last one over here, I believe says University of California. This is what the diploma looks like, okay? That's it. So that's amazing. So we basically found this one. Wait, Bowling Greens State University? Maybe. These are all American diplomas. San Diego, Hawaii, Indianapolis. This seems to be a very standard format for American diplomas. Where did Alexander Graves study? Ohio. We have a painting over here. The thing is, I've tried many times, and I'll try again right now. But the fact is, I don't know what this painting is. There's no matches. So this book is just out here on his shelf together with his other medical books. There's another book about these rituals that he is hiding inside this vault. So why is he not hiding this one? I think this book explains what the Stone of Anamara is. Entering darkness is the beginning of the journey. The end is your destiny. If we scroll down here, unveil the mysteries hidden in the mental asylum for children and fulfill the destiny of the Stone of Anamara. The end is your destiny. The end of the Stone of Anamara is fulfilling the destiny of the Stone of Anamara. Okay, so this is the Abrasax. The Abrasax, an object representing a monstrous being with a rooster's head, a man's body holding a whip in his right hand and a shield in his left, and legs shaped like snakes. Each part of this monstrous entity's body had its symbolic meaning. The rooster's head signified vigilance, the shield protection, the whip authority, and the snakes the mystery of eternity. Amulets protect those who use them, and they also have the ability to remove or expel evil. So these are talismans, and these are used as tools or weapons. So giving us the description of an amulet and giving us the description of a talisman, I think the Stone of Anamara fits amulet perfectly. We have a painting. Yeah, Diane the Huntress. It's a very classic. Okay, so let's look that up. What is the meaning of this painting? Okay, so she is the goddess of the hunt. Moving on, we have this over here, this plank. Doesn't look straight, which is very interesting. You know what? There is an image of this in much higher quality. Oh, it's the YouTube banner. As you can see over here, we have it's the same as this, but in way higher quality. The lowest we can go down here is this low. We can barely see the floor. But over here, we can see there's a carpet. But what I wanted to show is that if you look at this plank over here is sort of like it has fallen down, and then there's a crack on the wall next to it as well. Right next to an open window. So it kind of makes, I believed, because of the combination of things there, it kind of looked like someone rushed out of the window, escaped through the window. But then when we looked at the storage room, we can actually see the exact same thing is happening. So this is a picture of the outside, and you can see the windows open over here as well. So up next, there is the file cabinet, and there is the radio. So the cabinet is a 3D model, but the files inside are a 2D image. You can see the files are missing here. I really wish we could see a remaster of this game at some point. Down here, there's nothing interesting, but up here, these are the documents of the patients. But let's see, if we click on here, we get a case history. And if we wait a moment, again, something bad is going on here. So this is the case file for Santos Anamara, or Anamara Santos. And what is interesting is that this document is actually different in earlier versions of the game. There's two versions of this document. Here it is. So first of all, you can see her last name used to be Miraldo, and now it's Santos. Santos means saint or holy. Very clearly, her name is supposed to signify that she is good and pure.
What's also important to mention is that there is an electricity sound effect. What if that electricity sound effect is telling us that these illusions are mechanical? What if these are magic tricks that Dr. Alexander Graves put up to scare away the police officers? What if there's no evil spirit? Wait, there's literally a spirit in the kitchen. What if the spirit that we find in the dumbwaiter is an animatronic? Alexander Graves is the man behind the slaughter.
So we have date of admission. We can only see that it's 05. Would this be date of birth 11/16? So the first date over here is the month. So that means that her admission, I believe it says 05, means her admission was in May. So her date of birth is 11/16, and the year is obscured. So what this is saying is not a lot. It's just saying that she is not epileptic, but that she is schizophrenic, that she is suffering from delusions and hallucinations. We know she is not schizophrenic, and I understand a doctor would assume she's schizophrenic, but we know that these delusions and hallucinations are what we see in this asylum. We see them in the game, and the police officers see them. So she's not really schizophrenic, which leaves her that she is violence, self-harming, and clawing. To me, that just reminds me of, like, especially the clawing hands, as described here, makes me think that maybe at some point she's possessed by the spirit. Only thing I'm getting really out of this is that the behavioral disorder, violence, self-whipping, and clawing hands, This is somehow telling us that Anamara is possessed. I think that is what it's telling us. Another thing is this picture. And I think this picture is showing something important. And that's because, let's compare it to the old one. Compare this picture from the earlier version of the game to this. The difference here is that Anamara is holding a teddy bear. And why would this change be so important? One of my theories is that the teddy bear somehow holds the Stone of Anamara. Maybe the Stone of Anamara is inside the teddy bear. Then we have two people standing next to her. This could either be family or it could be other patients at the asylum. So here we have 13 and that's 05. But if this is 13, wait, and then here's 16. Ah, okay. You can see here it says 13 and 16. This would be in the order of, for example, the European counting system. But at some point, or at least in the English version here, it is changed to the month first system, which is the American system. If the 16 is here and the 11 is here and it's been switched around, then maybe it is 13/5. And 13/5 is a very interesting date because 13/5, the 13th of May, is the date the game takes place. Now, my first thought is, of course, this is impossible. Anamara can't be admitted the day we enter the asylum. Clearly not. But if the initial idea for the date was 13/5, 13th of May, what is so special about the 13th of May? So there hasn't been a change there. There's been a change in the date, so it matches with the American system. And we added this teddy bear, and we changed her last name. So what was her last name? Miraldo. What does Miraldo mean? It means wonderful or admirable. This is the same painting we see in the hallway over here. And then the final fun thing is there's like something weird up here. Yeah. It's just something weird looking. What happens when you finish the music? Does it continue if I leave? Yeah, it loops. It works! Oh my god. I can listen to this music while walking around this room. How did I not know that? What if I leave the room? Okay, but what if I go back into the room? Ah, okay. It resets. Interesting. Oh, the animation is not working. Wait, I just turned it on again. Okay, so I leave and then I go back. And then the animation stops. And I gotta turn it on again. So that's playing both sounds at the same time. The glass in the frame broke. Yes. The radio doesn't work anymore. So this is a picture of what I believe is Dr. Alexander Graves. And this could be his wife. That would make the most sense to me. And then there's a date on the back. And the date on the back, I always thought maybe it's their wedding date. But I mean, they're not wearing wedding clothing over here. It is a date, the way it's formatted, right? Month, day, year. So this could be Alexander Graves' birthday, or it could be his wedding day. I think it's either one of those two. Because what is this referring to? Is this referring to 1939? Could this be referring to 1839? That would be Dr. Alexander Graves' birthday. He looks younger here. He's older. Let's say he's 60. Well, 60 plus 39. That would place this game in 1899. Could that be possible? Well, that's also the code for the vault behind here. So it seems like there's something behind this picture. And then we open it up. It will open, which could be the combination. Boom. Ta-da. Oh, you can also close it. That's interesting. That's interesting. You can go back to the padlock. What do we have in here? We have documents. We have a book over here. And we have an Ouija board down here. But it is interesting that these things are not in the ritual room, where you would expect these things to be. Let's look at this book. So this is the, what we call the pentagram book. One word sticks out to me. Talisman. Protective talisman. So this confirms that the well, not the pentacle exactly, but the pentagram is a protective talisman. And then here we have the 5 elements. Spirit, which is not an earthly element, so not a physical thing. Then there's water, fire, earth, and air. One of these 4 is already placed, and it's the Stone of Anamara. For a time, I was thinking of the lantern that we find in the kitchen to be used as the fire element, but I think it would maybe just be too easy. And I think the fire element will be used to light up the place. Here, it is a medium-sized plate. So if the pentacle is the size of a plate, putting down this lantern would be too big. So I think maybe we find or have to find a candle. I think a candle is a good candidate. For air, I'm thinking a feather. But here we have something with fire being matchsticks, water being a bell. What are other people using for their pentacles? How are they making it? Aha, this one has elements. These are rocks. These are all rocks. So does the pentacle work on itself, or does the pentacle channel energy? Oh, is the Stone of Anamara the spirit point? I do like it better that the Stone of Anamara is the spirit element, and then we need to collect all 4 of these. There's the attic, there's the consulting room, there's the bathroom, and there's a dormitory. There's literally 4 rooms upstairs, and there's 4 elements we need to find. So this is an Ouija board, and what is interesting about this Ouija board is that it has this symbol on the planchette. And this symbol is the triple goddess. Represents femininity, I believe. Womanhood. We're moving on to the last bit. It is the bathroom. Let's go. So we go inside. But then I don't need to go now. There's a pipe and then no water in the tank. Again, this thing with the water supply system being messed up is very interesting. We have a mirror. We do not have a reflection, which personally I don't think that means we are a ghost or a vampire. I think this is common in video games that you don't have a reflection. Cold water, and it doesn't work. Can I click the soap? No. There's a towel. Oh, I can do the warm water, so let's do that. So the warm water does work. The cold water doesn't work. So, and there's steam. It reads kitchen. It's so cool. And then also very faintly, you can see Anamara spirit. The hot water's out too. Now there's no water at all. So there's something very wrong with the water system, and they should definitely call for plumbing. What do we have here? We have bottles. I can't really identify any of these. I mean, this looks like a toothpaste tube, and this looks like a toothbrush. Now, this one bottle up here, we can take. And this is Dr. Miles' anti-pain pills. And we click up here. And 2 pills drop out. And then we have to take them. These pills will calm me down. Oh, I should have just taken 1. And then we pass out. And we see Anamara's spirit, and she opens the door. Why didn't she open the door before we took the pills? Then there's these creepy whispers. I don't think they're saying anything in particular. At least not identifiable. I think I passed out. those pills. Why would Dr. Alexander Graves even have pills that are that strong? No, not even one more. Were those pain pills? Because I don't think pain pills usually make you pass out like that. And then another question, how long were we passed out for? And then we see Anamara's spirit. Is that because we are so tired and delusional because of those pills? Is it all in our mind? Are we schizophrenic? We hear multiple whispers. It feels like there's people speaking. And maybe they are under the assumption that we are passed out. We take Dr. Alexander Graves' suspicious pills and we pass out, and then these spirits are looking over us and they are speaking amongst each other maybe, and we are overhearing them and they don't know that we are listening. Now that is creepy. I think that, I like that. Like maybe it's not even to mess with us. Why would it be messing with us if it doesn't even know we are conscious? But now we unlocked this door. And what we also unlocked is the kitchen. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.
Let's overanalyze that 2 1 4 play a game.